Alright, what's up guys? Brad here, and today we're going to be looking at Guns, Gore and Cannoli for the Nintendo Switch. And so I actually just completed this entire game last night with my buddy. Played local couch co-op, and it was a ton of fun. So I just want to give kind of my impressions of it, go over the game, let you guys know so you can see for yourself if this game is worth your money. So it is on the eShop for $9.99. So it's pretty cheap. I actually think it's a pretty acceptable price. So for 10 bucks, I'm pretty open to grabbing most games. You know, as long as it's got like a decent wrap. And I saw the game. I didn't really think much of it until I actually watched some gameplay video. So I think that's the main thing about the game. And its game has so much character to it. So you know, I did complete it. The story is a little blah. So you're really not you know, losing out on much, but we're gonna just I guess we'll just do like a new game quick, and we'll hop into something just to show you guys kind of what it is. So here you go. Starting off, you obviously can have up to 4 players, and I actually almost think the game might be almost a little bit harder with more people, because there is a mechanic in the game where if one of the players dies, so say if like one of your friends just like falls off a cliff and kills himself, then he takes half of your health of whatever you have left. So that can make it a little bit challenging at some points, because I know we had that problem during some of the boss fights, because sometimes one of us would just be getting demolished while the other one was doing fine. But as you can see here, you can change your character to kind of have him look like whatever you want. There is one female, which I don't really know how that would end up working out, because we haven't tried that one out. But one of my favorite guys is this one. He just looks like such a badass. So we'll play with him also. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna we'll watch a little bit of the cutscene.
1920s, the Prohibition years. Violent gangs were gaining more and more power by the trade of illegal alcohol. It was a tough time for the average Joe, but not for me. My name is Cannoli, and I make an honest living as an enforcer for the mob. But it ain't all fun and games, of course. One time I got a call from a mob boss called Mr. Belluccio. He needed me to come to Thugtown and find some guy named Frank. Thugtown. There was something wrong with this city. Strange reports had been coming in about bizarre incidents and gruesome murder cases. Violent rioters had overrun entire areas inside the city, and it seemed the officials had lost all control. It's been days now since the last contact, but nevertheless, I had a job to do. So here I was, about to step in a freaking nightmare.
This is your captain speaking. We've just arrived at Thugtown Harbor. Please stay in your cabins until we're fully docked and the bridges have been lowered. Hey, Commander, who are all those people on shore?
I don't know, sir, but hey, they're running up to the bridge.
They're attacking the sailors. They're invading the ship.
They're everywhere. Look at them. Help me!
Take that, you chump-faced goons! Take that! What the duck war?
Junk-faced goons? What's going on up there?
Alright, awesome. So as you see, this is just the, you know, cutscenes aren't bad. I actually kind of enjoy them. But the game is definitely not a story game. You're not coming here for the story. It's just plain fun. So pretty simple controls. But I will tell you this right off the bat. The controls, while simple, are a little clunky. Pretty much the entire game, I was kind of fighting the controls almost. Because, you know, there's a ton of games that, you know, controls nowadays compared to back in the day of like you know, the early 2000s, like PlayStation 2 era, where, you know, games had different controls all the time, and you just had to get used to them. Well, nowadays, everybody pretty much has the same controls. So it's a little weird sometimes when you're, you know, like for me, I almost feel like hitting the right bumper, I guess it would be, R, would be a little bit better for, would be better, like switch weapons, and then having, you know, another button to reload instead, like X or Y or something. But you do get used to it a little bit, so sometimes I felt like I was kind of fighting them though. But I mean, the game is a ton of fun. There's a lot of mechanics, tons of different weapons, grenades, Molotovs, tons of destruction, a lot of different zombie types, different enemy types. So the kick is not the... Okay, so the kick I feel like is one of the most underused mechanics, at least for myself, just playing through the game casually. Because really I don't ever think about it too much. It's just like one of the mechanics that, like, oh, you only think about when you're like completely swarmed and you can't do anything. But you can kick them back, give yourself a little space. Works pretty well. So as you see here, shotgun, boom, does a, you know, pretty good amount of damage and very satisfying sound. One of my actually this shotgun here is probably one of my favorite weapons. Just feels very powerful. So yeah, let's see here. Boom, kick them back. Blow their heads off, you know. Obviously, if you're further, you know, if you hit them in the body, it takes a lot more shots to kill them than if you were to, you know, shoot them in the head. So, pretty simple controls. You get the old cannoli is one of my favorite sounds right there. That's some good cannoli to heal yourself. Alright, let's see. Grab that. And boom. So game's like super satisfying. Football player is one of the harder enemies, actually, even into the late game. He just is very strong and fast. So, you know, the game's kind of hectic at later points in the game, for sure. It gets very hectic. And now we got the old Tommy gun. So, as you see here, pretty simple though. I mean, realistically, when you're looking into it. So I'll jump into like a later stage afterwards to show you some more of the weapons and stuff. Give you an idea of it. But overall, I mean, I really enjoyed this game. It was kind of like a sleeper to me. Like, I never really heard anybody talk about it, to be honest. And then I started just playing it. I was like, holy crap! Like, this game has a lot of character in it. You know, it's for myself, as I'm kind of I'm a big fan of this whole like the mafia mob guys, and just all of the settings, character, and everything is very much up my alley, and it's a lot of fun. So one thing that I personally really wished that they added into the game is I almost wish you could like aim a little bit in it, because I'm not saying that, you know, you can get away with it, and I kind of like it for the sense that, you know, adds a little more strategy to it. But if I were, you know, it just seems like it'd be a lot of fun to make it almost like a, like, you know, using twin sticks rather than just, you know, based on where you're walking only. But yeah, there are checkpoints. The game is actually kind of forgiving, I would say. At least I've only played it on normal difficulty. And but there are definitely some challenges, so you will be challenged. It's not like it's a super easy game, but it is forgiving in the sense that they do seem to give you health when you feel like you're really in desperate need of it and you're just trying to barely survive. So I have always kind of struggled with the swapping weapons the correct way for some reason. Come here. Boom. Got him. Get this guy with a shotgun. So in the beginning, I definitely kind of like to use just the basic pistols. Just kind of conserve your ammo. Because it is pretty easy here in the beginning. Except for some of these fast people are kind of tough. So we'll pretty much finish this little section, and then we'll move on, and I'll show you later on some more weapons and whatnot. Alright, it's got to be coming up here soon. Let's get the Tommy gun action here. Hopefully it'll drop. Alright. Explosions are awesome in this game too. I love it.
Some can't live with him, can't kill him, but by God, I'll try.
Boom. Alright, so we're pretty much done here. So we could just go up here. Pick that. Oh, he's trying to get me. Alright, there it is. So, we got through that part. So, we'll go to... Where do we go? Alright, main menu. Chapter select. We'll go to, like, just some random spot here. And just show off some, the more of the weapons. And I guess a couple more of the enemy creatures. So...
I have nothing to say to you.
So, as you can see here, you end up getting quite a bit more. So there's like a revolver, another shotgun, flamethrower, rocket launcher. I don't really know what this is. I don't know if it's like a bigger Tommy gun. And then some electric type gun. See here. So a lot of variety actually. And definitely makes the game pretty fun. So flamethrower always feels great. And I don't want to do too much, so we'll only play a little bit more. Just gonna show off some stuff. Because I don't want to show too much of like the late game. Oh god. Oh. Yeah, when they swarm you, it's tough. Oh my god, getting destroyed. Alright, maybe it's a little harder by yourself because you got another guy to fight off the things. I don't know. So I only play this strictly single player. Back. The rats are always annoying though because they swarm you. Pretty hardcore.
Don't feel bad. Everybody's gotta die sometime.
Oh wait, you know what? I don't know if it'll get up. Did he not get up?
Go away, you crazy gangster.
Oh. But I do want to try to show one thing. Hopefully I can get it. Let's see if I... Alright. Boom! Alright, so... I think you kind of see what's going on here. Get this cannoli. But yeah, so that's just basically the general outline of the game. So there are more, like, modes to it. So obviously there's different difficulties, and there is a versus mode, which I did not try at all. But I guess I can look into it really quickly. So we'll just pick like a mix of weapons, and we'll do like a 2-minute match, I guess, for now. And I don't know if you have to play with like multiple players, but I know you can play obviously with people. So we'll just add different AI, and we'll pick the AI I like right here, and we'll try it out. Why not? Very quickly. So this is my first impressions of the versus. So we'll see what we do. So where the hell am I? All right, here we go. Oh my god, kicking me up all over the place. That's not too bad. Back. You got a cannoli anywhere? Oh, I got a flamethrower. Alright. Alright, respawn it. It's definitely not bad.
You're making me nervous here.
It's fun for, like, you know, get a couple buddies over to mess around, maybe play. A little hectic because it's kind of hard to follow sometimes. Took me a while to figure out who I was. But, so, yeah. Where the hell am I? Oh my god, I'm doing horrible. Oh my god, I can't follow myself. So, I'm sure this looks horrendous. Wow, this is terrible. I was doing good in the beginning. Oh man, making moves. Oh! Well, I think, yeah, we did pretty good. So, about, we caught up at the end there. But yeah, so, that is pretty fun. So I definitely think if you're looking for a game that's just like, you know, take you only a few hours to beat it, probably like 3 or 4 hours, and then you got a little versus mode, but definitely if you have a friend to play with this game is absolutely phenomenal. Just a great, fun, mindless kind of game to play. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I definitely recommend it, and I'll see you guys around.